Welcome to the Flight Club Podcast, a woman's guide to leaning out. We give you a behind-the-scenes look at business launch and growth through the stories of successful female entrepreneurs. Here's your host, Felina Hansen, founder and CEO of Hera Hub.
Hello and welcome. I'm excited for my conversation today with Natalia Malko, who is a fashion designer. She founded the adaptive clothing brand for kids with disabilities. Makes it easy for kids to get dressed. It's an amazing product that was inspired by her daughter who has cerebral palsy. And Natalia is here right now in the U.S. visiting from Russia, works with a program that we often partner with through the U.S. State Department. And we are excited to have her here as a fellow learning about U.S. business culture and making connections. So I'm excited to share her story. Welcome to the show today, Natalia.
Hi, Felina. Thank you. I'm so excited to be to be a guest on your podcast. It's very inspiring. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Yeah. Well, you are inspiring. My goodness, what an amazing journey you've had. So you live in Russia and you are here through a program, which is exciting. We're happy to have you. Before we get into your business, your clothing line that you developed, and obviously we'll talk about why you developed the line and what inspired you. Obviously your daughter is a big part of that, I'm sure. But before you started your clothing business, what did you do previous to that?
I graduated from British Design School of Art and Design. I'm a fashion designer, and like maybe 15 years ago, I was working for legal companies like Freshfields, Brookhouse, Deringer, or other English companies, local companies. And then I had my daughter. Unfortunately, she has cerebral palsy. So it took about 5 years for me. I stayed at home with her. So I was trying to make her life easier. She had seizures, and she has a lot of different stuff about cerebral palsy. So and at her age of 5, I think it was like, I found out that she couldn't dress by herself due to her physical and mental disorders. But her very first words were like, I want to do it by myself, even though she couldn't do it. And she went to kindergarten then, and teachers always told us to dress kids without zippers and buttons. So I was trying to fix her clothes so she could get dressed by herself. Still, one day I found an article about Tommy Hilfiger, and I was surprised that such clothes were already on the market. So that's like my short story.
Yeah, amazing. My goodness. Well, such a need. I've been on your website, I've been on your Instagram, and we'll encourage folks to take a look at both of those. It's so interesting and such a simple thing that most people don't think about, right? Like I saw a video where the shirt, it's a long sleeve, like cotton shirt and has buttons down the front, but those buttons are not, usable buttons, so to speak. It's just for show. And then the shirt wraps around the back and there's Velcro on the back. So makes it easy for any child with disabilities, much easier to get on and then get off as well. Talk about some of the products, obviously the shirt. What other types of apparel products do you make?
Yeah, we design clothes without zippers, buttons, and snaps, making the dressing process easier and faster. In addition, our clothes, basic kid clothes, work the different devices on the body, like AFOs, prosthetics, braces, and etc. And it helps kids develop dexterity or strong spasticity to dress by themselves. My daughter, she is 11 now, and she goes to school, and there is always a problem with changing clothes for physical activities, for example, or going to the restroom. Of course, school has assistance on staff, but kids shy, and they are often afraid to ask for help. The clothing. So the main idea of our clothing is to make kids feel more confident and independent in their lives. So yeah, we have t-shirts, shorts, trousers. It's all clothes, all school garments like shorts, t-shirts, trousers, skirts, coats, whatever, sweatshirts. Yeah, that's. This is what we have at the moment. It's not that much, but
that's a lot. That's definitely a lot. And it looks like, Natalia, you founded the company just about 4 years ago. Is that right?
It was, yes, and it was in 2020. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Where do you manufacture the clothes?
That's very good question. I don't have my manufacturer because it's very expensive to have it, and I don't have sales like to supply my manufacturer or to have staff on it. So usually it's outsourcing like different Moscow manufacturers. I have 3 different. So one of them, they issue sweatshirts and t-shirts, another works with shorts and trousers. So it's just like this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can imagine, difficult to scale up a business when you have physical product. It's very expensive to do that, of course.
I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I cannot afford it, but I hope I will someday.
Yes, absolutely.
In the nearest future.
Yeah. Are you primarily selling in Russia, or are you selling in other countries as well?
Before 2022, of course, I was selling to US, Canada, Australia. I had a lot of customers from overseas, but now I can sell only in Russia and CIS countries like Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan. It's due to all this political situation, unfortunately. So it's only Russia right now and CIS countries.
Okay, well, that's quite a distribution. That's a lot. That's great. And so you're helping families all over the world.
Yeah, but we don't have market, especially CIS countries. In Russia, it's just started. Like we have about 20 brands who designs adaptive clothing, but it's all about customization. Like they work individually. It's not a big brands. So they don't have shops. It's like, I don't know, it's French word, like atelier, like customization for each customers. So, but these countries, they don't have any market at all, and it's very difficult. So we have customers, but it's not too many of them. Like, I don't know, maybe it's not too many.
Yeah, that's well. Hopefully your time here in the US will help you think of new ideas and make connections so you can grow the business.
I hope. The US market is the biggest one. So I'm very excited to be here and to see like what Zappos do, or Target do, or Cat and Jack, or Billy Footwear, or Tommy Hilfiger, Nike. So it's very nice that they all work with disability.
Yeah, absolutely. And talk about, I see on your profile, fashion picnic festival that you're the founder. What is that? That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, we run another project that's called Fashion Picnic Festivals. We organize events in different cities in Russia, and our events unite the fashion and rehabilitation industries. Due to the low awareness, our target audience doesn't know about our existence. So this is why our events are where we can tell people about us, and people can try adaptive clothing on and choose different rehabilitation means. It allows us to raise awareness, because many journalists, TV person, or media people join it. And of course, it's all about community. We meet each other like different brands, and we have collaborations. So it's all about raising awarenesses around adaptive clothing and market.
Awesome. I love it. Wow. And I'm looking at some statistics here in the US, over 3 million children. So 4.3% of the population here in the US children have physical disabilities. Obviously, that's a little more expansive, but it's certainly quite a big market here in the US. Do you know what that number or percentage is in Russia?
Yes, I know, but we have very bad statistic, I think. It's not the right number. It's about 700,000 kids with disabilities.
Okay.
Due to the statistic, to federal statistic, but I think this number is much higher because Russia is a huge country.
Yeah.
It's because of the bad quality of the researchers. I don't know how they do it. So.
Yeah. And how are they reporting it, right?
Yeah.
Like, maybe people aren't reporting it. So, it's only as good as the data that they're collecting. So, but still, a large market.
But it's not about disability at all. It's about I think not every kid, but most of them can break his arm or a leg in adaptive clothing. So it fits the casts on a limb. So it's about some different medical conditions as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, that makes sense. So you've got even a larger market, of course. What are some of the things that you're working on in the business, looking forward, Natalia? What are some of the things, say, in the next 6 months or even year that you're hoping to achieve with the business?
It's not maybe the 6 months, but my mission as a mom of a kid with cerebral palsy is to create an adaptive clothing market so my daughter can live independently. So that's my mission as a mom. And I hope every major brand like Tommy Hilfiger did, every major Russian brand will have an adaptive clothing collections. So it has been happening with maternity clothing last few years, so it should be the functional clothing as well.
Yeah,
it's not what I do, but I hope I can inspire someone, maybe, or maybe it will be a collaboration with major brand. But we should start with something.
Yeah, I mean, it's so important that clothing hasn't changed that much, other than style, of course, over the course of the last 100 years. I mean, it's pretty much the same. And so what a unique opportunity to create new ways, especially for children, to be able to, wear clothing differently and be comfortable and be, self-sufficient as well.
Yeah. So I hope in the nearest future will show us the adaptive clothing collection as a maternity clothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
here in the United States, at the date we're recording this podcast, you may already know this, Natalia, but July of every year is Disability Pride Month, which basically means, really giving recognition and showing our support for folks with disabilities. So it's timely that we're recording this podcast at the time where it's Disability Pride Month here in the U.S.
Oh, wow. We don't have it actually in Russia, I think.
Well, you should start it in Russia.
Yeah. Maybe we have not official one, but I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, maybe it will give you an idea to start Disability Pride Month in Russia.
Yeah, we have different disability-related events, like initiatives in Russia.
Yeah.
So, but not like a whole month. No.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you can work on it.
Yeah.
And Natalia, talk about the program that brought you to the U.S. It's my understanding is it's through the U.S. Department of State. Is that right?
Yeah. It's I think it's for exchanging. It's all about exchanging our experiences, like in a field where we work. So it's very nice that they still have this opportunity to be on this program.
Yeah.
We had about 30 people, and all of them are in the different states of US. Mm-hmm. So and I'm in San Diego, and someone in Texas, and etc. So then we have different fields where we work and different companies. So it's very exciting to meet new people in our industry.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
to get in touch with them.
That's great. And you must feel lucky that you landed in San Diego. It's a pretty nice place to hang out, right?
Yes, it's like my holiday, This summer in Russia is very rainy. It's about 20 degrees Celsius, so it's always rainy.
Yeah.
And we don't have sun. So it's like a holiday for me. Yeah, I'm enjoying every moment.
Yeah. And Natalia, how long are you here in the U.S. for this trip?
For 1 month. So we were in Washington a couple of days. Then we are staying here for 3 weeks in San Diego, and then we have a few days in Washington as well.
Okay, great. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you landed in San Diego and landed at Hera Hub.
Yeah, very, very beautiful city. Yeah, and the coastline and buildings, small this historical small buildings like in Mexican styles. So it's very beautiful.
Yeah, it is. We live in a very nice place. I'm lucky for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have ocean in Moscow, but
but you can visit here. Come back anytime. You're always welcome.
Thank you.
Of course. Well, if our listeners want to connect with you, they want to find you. Let's start with the website. So it's beeasykid.com. So that's just like it sounds, BE, and then Easy Kid is the clothing brand, very appropriate. And you are on Instagram as well. Looks like you have an active profile there. It's Instagram.com and then /B_easy_kid. Are there any other platforms or channels you'd like people to follow you on?
Maybe LinkedIn. It's Natalia Malko on LinkedIn. Facebook, Be the Kid, and Natalia Malko as well. I think that's all. I don't use Twitter. I don't use any other platforms.
Okay.
So perfect. It's only Instagram, like the social platform.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. And you've got so many great videos on your Instagram. I really encourage folks to head over there and follow you and follow your journey. Yeah, Of course. Well, thank you for your time and thank you for the work that you're doing to support children.
Thank you for having me, Juan. again. It was very exciting. Thank you. Thank you, Helena.
Of course.
Thank you for joining this week's episode of Flight Club, sponsored by Hera Hub. We look forward to sharing more success stories with you soon.